Dying Light is the most adrenaline-inducing zombie game I have ever played. Not only did it fine-tune the parkour and the gameplay, but it also mastered the ability to elicit that instinctual fear of being chased through the night, all while juggling pure and unfiltered insanity that is reminiscent of Dead Rising. I was sinking in several hours playing this game without even realizing it, sometimes playing for 9 hours straight. No, I am not proud of that. I was immediately drawn into the world and the map design, and all I wanted to do was traverse the open landscape. Even the characters were interesting. Well, some of them were interesting. All of this to say, I can't believe it took me a fucking decade to play this masterpiece. I remember sitting in my biology class in high school watching the teaser trailer for Dying Light and being instantly hooked. Not only did the music absolutely fucking slap dick, but the quote-unquote gameplay shown in the trailer looked pretty cool. But for some odd reason, I never even tried this game. I think it was because at the time I thought it was just Dead Island with parkour. Which, that actually sounds fucking awesome. But the longer I waited to play this game, the less interested I became in doing so. I honestly grew quite comfortable with the idea of never touching this game. But after I saw the reveal trailer for the newest installment of Dying Light, I thought, okay, it's now or never. I either play this game or I never touch the Dying Light series. So, I got my ass into gear, and I picked up Dying Light 1. My consensus? Well, to put it eloquently, it fucks. I touched on briefly as to why I found this game so engaging. The writing is pretty good and the characters are interesting, but if I'm being honest, fuck all that shit. Yeah, all that narrative stuff can eat a dick. This game marketed itself as the pinnacle of zombie parkour, and I needed to find out if that was true or not. So I started playing, and I was introduced to this game's main mechanic, the parkouring. And to be honest, at first, I thought it was kind of bad. I kept falling off roofs and dying from fall damage, and I was having a hard time grasping the fundamentals of parkouring in this game.
Just don't miss, right?
Yeah, just don't miss.
I like that. I fucking missed! I fucking missed!
To be honest, I thought everyone just kind of overhyped it, and it just didn't age that well. But then, something strange happened. I got better. Something I could not have foreseen. Yeah, turns out the parkour in this game is fucking awesome. You just gotta put the work in. You gotta earn it a little bit. I'm not talking about leveling up in the game. Well, yes, you do that. I'm talking about you physically as the player getting better at timing and coordination. That may sound like a con, but physically seeing myself improving my timing and coordination was hands down the most rewarding part of the game. The fact that I actually started to get better at traversing this map made me want to do it more, which in turn made me better at it, and now you see why I'm so pale and my friends haven't seen me in a month. My mother is very worried. Look, I am not a hard worker, so if a game asks me to put in a ton of time just to get kind of good at it, it's very unlikely I'm going to continue to play this game. So that should speak volumes when I say that I actually wanted to get better at playing this game. The physics in this game is the selling point, and you really start to learn how to play with this game's engine by like hour 3. Parkouring is fun, and that is crucial for this game to earn my time. But I have monkey brain. So when I hit a zombie in this game, my inner caveman needs to approve. So the next question I asked during my playthrough was, is the combat fun? Me likey a lot. Splattering zombies with my cricket bat and exploding them with ninja stars never once got old. Also, I feel like me praising exploding ninja stars speaks volumes to my intellect. It ain't high. I'll tell you that. So what makes the combat so fun? Well, like the parkour, the combat truly gets its entertainment value from the physics itself. I had the most fun not killing zombies with a wrench or a gun, but with gravity itself. Once I kicked a zombie off a roof and they proceeded to fall through a second level of roofing and then finally splat on the ground, I understood plain as day why everyone loves this game so much. The ragdoll physics are so fucking funny, so much so that I wanted to kick these creatures into traps or off of buildings instead of using my main weapon. And that feeling was quadrupled the second I got Excalibur.
It's a different game! Get the fuck off me! Holy shit! Fuck him. Fuck yeah. Fuck you, bitch.
What a righteous man.
God. Oh, fucking. Kicked his fucking guy.
I'm so fucking happy, bro.
I'm so excited I can use this thing.
I have Excalibur again.
When you charge up Excalibur and you let it swing on a zombie and they are sent to the fucking moon, if you don't let out like a little giggle, check your pulse. I love this so damn much that while yes, you can get guns in this game, I really only ever use guns in like a time of emergency. Now, many of the really fun features, like the power swing, have to be unlocked, which I would say is fairly rewarding, and most of the perks you can get are almost always worth the points you put in. Look at that! You get better at haggling with traders? Okay, alright. Whoa, I can throw my melee weapon at people? That's cool. What is that? Oh my fuck, I don't need anything else. There's a fucking dropkick in this game? Holy shit. Oh my god, this game has a dropkick. Why would I use anything else? Holy shit, this is so fucking fun. Sorry you had to see me like that. But the dropkick is really fun. This game had its hold on me. There was a really well fine-tuned dopamine loop that kept me coming back every single day. Now, everything I just told you is awesome on its own. And if I stop the video here, I would say it's a solid 8 out of 10. But no, none of those reasons are why I kept coming back. The real reason I booted this game up every morning and every evening were the nights. When you are caught out at night, it becomes an entirely different game. A fucking horrifying game. Gone are the goofy, silly moments of drop-kicking zombies off a building, and hello are the, oh, I'm actively shitting myself. When I fuck up movement and parkour during the day, oh well, I simply just climb back up, no harm, no foul. But when I fuck up movement during night, I have a little mini heart attack. Sometimes I get so scared that, yeah, I'm quitting on the spot. I have no shame. I genuinely start tweaking during nighttime. And that is impressive. No game has made me afraid of the night more than Dying Light has. To actually get me to genuinely fear the dark in a fictional video game is impressive, especially when the tone of the game is a bit silly. But the game rewards you heavily for playing at night. Couple that with the intense adrenaline rush you experience, you can absolutely see why some people only want to play at night. It's strange, because I truthfully thought no other game would match that level of fear I felt playing DayZ. And here I am playing a single-player game that's 10 years old, and it is just as, if not even scarier than DayZ. Suddenly, all the praise this game has gotten over the decade it's been released started to make sense. And I was pissed at myself for not picking up this game day one. I would have loved to be there when the game first dropped and talked with the other people that played it when it first dropped. Now, at this point, I was pleased. The gameplay loop absolutely fucked, and I was having a blast playing with friends. And I somewhat expected this based on all the reviews I had read, but what caught me by surprise was how much I loved the world itself. The game's map is so dynamic that I almost don't want to describe it as just some zombie open world game, but some really fun zombie sandbox game. Not only are there a plethora of side quests you can pursue, but there are also dynamic events that happen randomly. Most notably, there are loot crates that drop from the sky, and you have to get to it. If you don't get to it in a certain time, some raiders get to it first, and you get like half the shit. Now, I will say, some of these little pop-up quests are not fucking worth it. Like this dude. All he does is ramble for 10 minutes, and I wish I had killed him on the spot. Also, the city has this ugly brown tint to it and so many particle effects that it looks like the city of Haran is fighting a virus itself. And that is fucking cool. I bring this up because many zombie games I play, the maps, sure, they look like an apocalypse has happened because a car is flipped over, and that's all you really need. But a lot of those maps don't tell a story like Dying Light's map does. Because even in supposed safe houses, you feel the weight that all these survivors are bearing. They look depressed and sad and just having the worst time of their life. And that's fucking dope. I actually found myself really enjoying most of the cast of characters despite no one knowing what accent to follow.
Yusuf has it all.
Some characters are way better than others. Hey, look, it's that guy. This is more important than you think because the mainline story can actually be rushed quite fast. So if the characters aren't super engaging, it's unlikely you'll even dabble in side quests. Luckily for Dying Light, this is not an issue. Another factor that's not an issue for Dying Light that I was surprised by was how much I liked the protagonist. Yeah, I like Kyle Crane. I am a little bit biased because I actually do like the fish out of water trope, and the fact that he's supposedly this highly trained military guy that just doesn't know dick is funny. I could see how some would say that the tone of this game gives you a bit of whiplash given the gravity of certain aspects. I brought this up briefly when I talked about the knights in this game, but yeah, the game can go from one of the silliest, funniest games I've ever played to really fucking scary. And that's the same for narrative. There are a lot of characters that deal with heavy shit, and a lot of the story seems to want to elicit emotional responses, while other characters and side quests are just fucking funny. Trust me, I can see how this might turn some people off. I myself am all about atmosphere. And when there's a character in the game that calls a pile of pillows his mother, it's hard to take it seriously. No, that's not a joke. That's a real thing that happens in this game. I did kind of like it. But all of this tonal inconsistency did not bother me, and I'm usually a stickler for that kind of shit. I think Dying Light gets its strength from not taking itself seriously and focusing on the fun part of the game. After all, a video game's main objective should be to be fun and be a game you want to play. Mission accomplished. Because if the game focused on gritty realism, I would not be able to send a zombie into the fucking atmosphere. But what I do mind is the whiplash you feel between the level of fun on missions. There are some really fun ones and really shit ones, and the shit ones can be real stinkers. There are several missions in this game that I find either tedious or straight up not fun. A lot of them boil down to, hey, I have a problem, can you talk to this guy? Oh, you want to talk to me? Got it. But if you want your answer, you gotta talk to this guy. Oh, I see you've come to the right place. You want to talk to me. I'll give you the info you need, but first you need to find my bag that's in a fucking lake. God, that mission sucked. I had to look up a fucking tutorial to find where that fucking tiny ass bag was in this huge lake. There was a developer that thought, yeah, this will be fun. Now, this didn't hinder me from trying to complete every quest I saw, because for every stinker, there was like 5 really fun quests to replace it. But I will say, it just sometimes felt like a lot of these side quests were just there to pad the runtime, and I hate that shit. But hey, if I ever do a second playthrough, I now know what quests to avoid. Also, this might bother some of you, I personally don't give a shit, but there are bugs in this game. Why don't I care? Well, because I played DayZ for like 10 years, so my stamina is pretty high for that kind of stuff. Also, this game is like 10 years old and there weren't that many bugs. Every now and then, my friend would just fall through the map. But I have to say, seeing how Dying Light executes so many different mechanics and gameplay fundamentals is impressive. I am now a Dying Light fan, and after I finish this game, I'm going to play Dying Light 2. And then, once I beat that game, yeah, I think I'm going to play Dying Light the Beast. If you're into zombie games and also into parkour, I don't know, I'd probably put money down that you would like this game. Hey, little pause here. If you want to see a video about whether or not you could even have a chance of surviving the Haran virus, check out my buddy's video. Yeah, it's pretty sick. So go shout him out. He was the very happy zombie that got Excalibur. So trust me, he makes good shit. Why are you still here?